Baruch Hashem Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Baruch Hashem Yahushua. Shalom, family. Today, I want to talk about conversation at the pool, okay? The conversation at the pool. And we're going to be coming out of Yohanan or John 5th chapter, verses like 1 through 9. It's not going to be a lot of scriptures here. You can read the whole chapter of John when you get a chance. There are other things that can be brought out on this. I just want to focus on a particular part of this because we're in a time, I mean, there's a lot going on, but we're in a time where people need to be blessed. And you may be at a point where it feels like nothing's happening, or that you want to give up, or you're close to that point where you've been waiting so long. It just seems like the breakthrough's not going to come. And that's when you really need to hold on all the more. And you need to have these conversations. But you can have the right conversation with the right one, okay? And we'll get into what I mean by that. But we're going to start reading here, Yohanan 5, verses 1 through 4. And then we'll just kind of break down as we go what we're talking about, okay? Verse 1. After this, there was a festival of the Yehudim, and Yahushua went up to Yerushalayim. And in Yerushalayim, at the sheep gate, there is a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethsadah, having 5 porches. In these were lying a great number of those who were sick, blind, crippled, paralyzed, waiting for the stirring of the water. For a messenger was going down at a certain time into the pool and was stirring the water. Whoever stepped in first, then, after the stirring of the water, became well of whatever disease he had. Okay? So understand in this situation that they knew at this time, a certain time, that a messenger, an angel, would come down and stir the water of a certain pool. And whoever got there first got a blessing, okay, that they were looking for. There's a lot to be said about this. I mean, even in the state Israel was in, which was not a good one at this point in time, even today as a whole, is not a good one. Yeah, I had enough mercy to at least deliver some type of blessings to them in the state they were in, which really wasn't too concerned about serving him. There was a lot of idolatry, a lot of other things going on. And Yahushua was coming to kind of bring them back to where they needed to be. But as a whole, they were not there. In their mind, stiff-necked, you know, we know the story. But Yah was still, to some degree, giving them some type of blessing, some type of relief, which you see today. I mean, there are blessings that people get. I mean, I'm sure they were fighting for this, because whoever got there first, you know, you can just imagine them striving with each other, pushing each other out of the way, trying to make sure they got there first to get a blessing. Because you're like fighting for crumbs out here. Now, we don't supposed to be. We're supposed to be getting the bread, the meat, you know, the 5-course meal and dessert. But, you know, a lot of us aren't in a position to do that. But that's a whole nother thing. I just wanted to kind of point that out. I want to focus on one person here. Okay, because this is symbolic of a lot of us, and people who are there or not quite there or have been there. So this is something that we have to, I think, focus on and take a look at. Okay, so we're still in Yohanan 5. We're starting with verse 5. Okay, and a certain man was there who had a sickness 38 years. Okay, and the significance of this is that means it's been a very long time. And, you know, this isn't like a number to look at to really literally say, okay, it's got to be 38 years. But we're just going to translate this into a long time, okay, in a certain state with a certain sickness or whatever's going on in your life. Okay, we're going to kind of focus on that. He's been waiting a long time. All right, now, he was there. Now, we have to understand that we're focusing on the conversation, right? Because it's going to have a conversation, but let's talk about the conversation that the enemy, the devil, little Debbie, Hasatan, has with us while we're waiting all this time. Okay, and we'll get into some details of it to kind of get a feel for what the devil was saying to him. Because when you're in a situation where you're waiting like this for something, whatever that is, and you're, you know, praying about it, you're waiting on it, the enemy's going to tell you it's not going to happen. No one's going to help you. No one cares. You're not going to get any help. You're stuck. You see other people getting blessings, getting the help, getting what they want, getting what they need, and you are in a position where you can't even do that. And we'll get into why I know he was saying this, okay? Now, let's look at verse 6. Now, Yahushua was there. He went to him. Why did Yahushua go to this man? Plenty of people were there, because it's going to say later, if you read on, there was so many people and crowded people that he was able to move around amongst them, and they couldn't really find him, you know, those so-called high priests and Pharisees or whatnot. But I'm not going to go that far in it. I'm going to focus on this particular part of it, okay? So all these people were there, but Yahushua went straight to this man. Now, let's look at this. Verse 6, when Yahushua saw him lying there, and knowing that he had already been a long time, okay, he said to him, do you wish to become well? Okay, so the conversation is started. And he's going to speak with him. All right, and the sick man answered him and said, Master, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred, but while I am coming, another steps down before me. So he was in a situation where he couldn't really walk well, couldn't move well. He had a little bed or something with him, which we will see, little pallet, mat, whatever it was, so that he can kind of lay there with some kind of comfort while he waited. And by the time he was trying to move an inch to this pool, somebody else beat him to it. Okay. So he said, I have no one to put me in a pool when the water is stirred. Another one takes it. So what is the devil telling him? Everybody getting a blessing but you. Ain't nobody going to help you. You're not going to get what you're waiting for. And see, that's the mistake of looking for a man to help you, right? Because he was saying, no man is putting me in here. No man's picking me up and carrying me because I can barely move. I'm so sick. Nobody is really, you know, taking me here. And a lot of times we look for earthly support to receive something, okay? And a lot of times that's the problem. That's what may be delaying you. They ain't helping me. Help them. I can't get no help. I tried this. I tried that. I see it all the time, even in politics or whatever, you know. Let's vote this person in. They're going to help me. They're going to help us. Of course they don't. You're still laying there sick. They're not going to take you to the pool. They're not going to do anything. But you're hoping that they will. No man is here to help me, to get me there. And that's the problem. I saw scripture say don't trust a man or a man, right? We have to trust in Most High Yah. So, hey, I can't get here. And that's what the devil's telling you right now. You're not going to get there. You're not going to get that blessing. You're not going to be relieved from this sickness or this situation that's going on in your life because there's nobody to help you. Doctors can't help you. Your friends can't help you. So-called, you know, these strangers can't help you. The politicians can't help you. You know, the bank can't help you. You know, no matter who you try to call to get this relief, this help, that you hoping that this is the one that's going to help you get out of this or get this thing straight. They can't do it. You're in a situation where you cannot be helped by man. And guess who put you there? Yah did this. He wants you to trust him. He will make it where you can't get any earthly support. You know, regardless of what people try to say and tell you, Yah himself will put you in a position where you cannot get any help. And then he will come to you to have a conversation with you. Okay? And you can even look at even this. You're looking at this is that conversation. Okay? So understand that Yah talks to you how he wants to, but he will let you know, I did this. You have to trust in me totally. Because, you know, you hear it over and over and over again, but you really don't do it. You may talk about it. It may sound good. But it's not always easy to just totally put your trust wholeheartedly in Yah. I mean, he will make it where, you know, you either trust in him or no one, because nobody else will help you. You'll be in that position where you're forced to trust, to exercise that faith, to exercise the patience and endurance you have to learn, which talked about in you know, James 1st chapter, and you know, 1 Peter. You know, you talk about faith, you talk about having that endurance, the patience you have to build up through trials or waiting. right? Because David said, wait on Yahuwah, right? Again, I say wait. So he was waiting a long time. And y'all's not going to put more on us than we can bear, okay? Understand that, regardless of how you feel. You may feel right now like I'm just going to give this thing up. It's never going to change. Guess who's telling you that? Little Debbie's telling you that. Give up. It's never going to change because he doesn't want to see you blessed. And he will intensify when as closer the blessing gets, the more loud, okay? The devil will get, the more panicked he will get, the more intently he will be trying to discourage you and have you give up. So you have to have this conversation, but with the right one. You can't sit around talking to the devil. You have to talk to Most High Yah, Yahushua, which means the salvation of Yah. Okay, you have to have a conversation with the Master. You send up prayers in Yahushua's name. You have to speak to him. You just have to get to a point where you're conversating, sincerely saying, I wish to become well. Nobody will help me, but I know you will. I wish this situation to end. I desire, Abba Yah. In the name of Yahushua, I desire. I need your salvation in this moment. Salvation from this situation. Being rescued from this situation where Yah tells us so many times. In Isaiah and other places, I will rescue you, protect you. I will take care of you. Okay? I need that. I desire that. I need you. In the name of Yahushua. You have to just have a conversation with him. At the pool, symbolically. You see people getting blessed. You know blessings are out there. And it's not a cruel joke, you seeing other people getting blessed. It's a situation where you have to have that true conversation. Not about striving with somebody else, try to get something. Have that true conversation to say, Abba Yah, this is between you and I need this. I need you. In the name of Yahushua. I desire to become well. I desire to be fixed. I desire for the situation to be rectified. Okay? So we had this conversation with Yahushua. Yahushua said to him in verse 8, rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man became well, took up his bed and was walking. Okay? Now, you have to understand, I'm not going to continue on. You can read Yohanan 5 when you have some time. Because once this happened, it was a great impact, or it was an impact was made. The impact y'all wanted. Okay? It stirred things up. Of course, the Pharisees and trying to figure out what's going on. Why this man walking with his bed on the Sabbath day? Now, all these other people running around striving with each other, doing whatever they want to do on the Sabbath day. Nobody has any concern. But somebody has a conversation with Yahushua, which is salvation of Yah, has a conversation with the Most High, and get some healing. Now it's a problem. That these same men, they knew he was there. They knew he was walking with his bed. So why didn't they go grab him and get him to the pool? They knew he needed help. They knew he'd been there 38 years. They knew he really needed them. Didn't lift a finger. But as soon as the blessing come, now they had a problem with it. And that's how it plays out. Because there are people looking at you right now. They can help. They can do things that alleviate. They can come through. They can pray. They can ask how you're doing, how people doing, you know, show some concern. Say some prayers with you and for you. Aid in any way they can if they have it within their means. But they won't. They will look at you. And they will be complacent with you being in that situation. But the minute, okay, Yah comes through for you, it's going to be a problem. How you do that? What you doing? What's going on here? Because the same spirit is going to follow, because little Debbie knows, well, my time is up. I can't stop from getting it. Let me make up, stir up something on the other end of this. Or throw my tantrum that you actually got this blessing. That you actually deliver from this. That your lot in life is changing. That you got that promotion. That now you can pay your bills. That now, you're not sick like you were. Now you lost the weight. Whatever it is. Oh, you're looking better. You're doing better. You're feeling better. Your family's healing up. This is, that's a problem for people. And they'll show themselves. You see it. You hear it. You know about it. Because, the devil want to be seen and heard. Just like they were seen and heard. What you doing walking with your bed? Who did this? Where you at? But when he was laying there sick, you didn't see, hide and heard these people, did you? The ones you thought were your friends, your family, the ones that are concerned about you, should be checking on you, should be wanting to pray with you. Nowhere to be found. So you can't be surprised when these patterns replay themselves, right? So you have to have that conversation at the pool, but you have to have that conversation with Yahushua. You have to have that conversation with the Most High Yah. Not the devil, because, you know, if you're listening to him and talking to him about it, yeah, it don't look like it's ever going to change. Yeah, I've been this way a long time. Yeah, man, it don't seem like I ever get anything. Man, look at all them people getting all this, that, and the third over here and over there. Them people don't even trust, like, all that stuff. You don't want to go that route. You want to have a conversation with Yah. I need to be well. Yes, I want to be well, because he's asking you. Look at me. Talk to me. Understand I got you. It don't matter how long you've been in this situation. It don't matter that you don't have help from man, because, see, I was behind all that anyway, because I want to help you. So what is it saying to us? You know, we have to, I don't care how long you've been in a situation. Yah will come, and immediately, it says, he will tell you, rise up, take up your bed and walk. I'm going to fix this for you. And you might be right there, at this moment, because Yah is all about timing, okay? But you got to say the right thing and talk to the right one. I need help, Yah. Help me. You know, we don't want to talk about what other people are doing, what they got, what you don't have, because there's a conversation that the devil wants to put up in your mind. You're waiting too long. This taking too long. Where is that? Da-da-da-da. And then trying to make you bitter or feel a certain type of way. You talking to the wrong one if you feel that way. You starting to feel bitter. You starting to feel angry. You starting to act and change the way you move and behave and communicate. Then you talking to the wrong one. When you talk to the Most High Yah, he knows what you need before you ask him. But you have to ask him, and you have to block out all the other stuff. You can't. The devil can't be standing there with you while you're talking. He gonna mess the whole thing up. It's gotta be you and Yah. You and Yahushua. You and the salvation of Yah. You and the scriptures. You can't have the devil around you. You can't have people who got the wrong vibe around you. You got to clear all that out. Get some time to yourself. Because people will block your prayers, block your blessings, because they vibe and their spirit is not right. And they'll be discouraging you and saying all kinds of stuff, telling you to do stuff you shouldn't be doing, getting you in bigger trouble. Dead, all kinds of situations you got to deal with later, because somebody else got their so-called advice, where you have to just go to the Most High Yah and say, tell me what to do. I need help. I need you right now. Sincerely. Care how long you've been waiting. It's a good thing that people can't help you, because Yah has to come in. It's a good thing to need Yah. Understand that. It is a good thing to need Yah and have him as the one you're trusting solely, because you can't go wrong with that. Okay? Doesn't matter how long, because Yah doesn't care about time. He cares about timing. Okay? And all things will happen because there's a season for everything, right? Everything under heaven, there's a season for it. Now, this is what I get out of these scriptures here, these few scriptures here. Like I said, you can go through more of it, and more is going to be explained. There's something for another video. There's other things that we can hit on. I just want to talk about this particular situation because there are people in this spot. They're seeing other people getting blessed, and it seems like they cannot get there. But you have to have a conversation with the right one. Okay? Because some people don't talk at all. They tell other people how they feel instead of going to Yah about it. Or they go to somebody else and they start giving them all their advice, an ear full of garbage or man-made solutions. Okay? We don't want that. We don't need that. Understand, Yah will come through for you. He's waiting to talk to you. He will bless you. He will deliver you. He will fix. He will restore. He will strengthen, establish, settle. And then people going to get mad. That's the pattern. But you just praise Yah. And you move on to the next. And you move on to the next faith and the next situation and the next victory that Yah promised us. Because some things are on the horizon for us, which has been prophesied and will happen. But individually, okay, we will have these things that seem like they're not going anywhere. Or seem like, you know, they came out the blue. Or seem like, you know, why is this still an issue? But that's not the right question to ask. You have to ask Yah to help. Have a conversation at the pool with the Most High Yah. And he will come through for you. Okay, regardless of how it looks, because like I said, we're in some difficult times right now. So remember that. Keep in the word. And until next time, may Yah add blessing to his word.